bolting up from under behind the desk. We change studios, and you can only imagine the things that go on behind the scenes here at HSN. It's so much fun. I'm Callie Northagen. This hour, I consider a star-studded lineup of some of the best-selling electronics, namely the Panasonic phone system that I just teased you about with Samantha. I mentioned call block, right? Totally love that feature. There's a big button on all 4 handsets. You get a phone call that you don't want to, have them bug you again. You know what? In the middle of the conversation, you just hit call block. They can't call you back. Whether it's a telemarketer, whether it's somebody in the political world trying to assess your tendencies to how you're going to vote. I had a phone call just recently asking for my credit card number because they wanted to take my interest rate down, and I was like, yay, but wouldn't you have that number if you know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh, so many crazy things. And this is a system that can help you just kind of take charge of your life again. Take your control back, people. This, though, the Panasonic corded and cordless phone system. This was our #1 best-selling system of the entire calendar year of 2015, and it looks like it's going to be the same going into 2016. We can't keep them in stock. About 15,000 have been sold since we brought them in January something. And look at this, here we are, down to our final couple thousand. So here we go, let's talk details. I'm gonna welcome Lori Leland, our special guest, because there's a lot to get to with the phone system like this.
This is a brand new phone system as of last year, and like you said, #1 top selling. But what Panasonic has done is they have loaded this one up for you with all the features you could possibly want. I happen to love the designer-friendly nature to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. That champagne gold, I think, is so pretty. It's not industrial looking like some of the other home phones that we've seen out there. I also think it's important to note you're getting 4 handsets here. So this is a whole home solution for you. Wherever you reach, you're gonna have a handset to grab so you'll never miss a phone call ever again. And then look at this. You're getting big, bright, beautiful backlit screens that are easy to see, easy to hear with speakerphone built right in. You've got the 1.8-inch screens on every individual handset. I also love the backlit keys. So everything here is illuminated, glowing. And when I said easy to hear, I mean you have a built-in nice loud speakerphone on every single handset that makes this so nice. You're also getting, to Callie's point, one of my all-time favorite features. Now, Panasonic is our #1 top-selling home phone brand here at HSN, often offers call blocking. But it's usually hidden in a menu somehow, some way, so you have to try to access it. When you get this set of phones home and someone calls you and you don't want to talk to them, you could see the number pop up if you do subscribe to Caller ID, which you do need to have to use that feature. When you see the number pop up and you don't want to answer it because you know you want to block that number, you can block it right here. Or if someone catches you in the midst of a phone call and you definitely don't want to talk about contributing to a campaign or who am I going to vote for, like you said, with the political callers or the scam callers out there, you touch one button and that person can never, ever, ever get back through to you ever again. And you even have features like call blocking built right in. So call blocking, but talking caller ID as well. So people can actually hear who's calling throughout your entire home, and I love that feature. You don't have to be right in front of a screen to know who's calling.
That's a big screen too. Look,
isn't
that beautiful?
HSN TV.
Cool. And there it is. Someone's talking and announcing to tell you.
HSN TV.
Don't you love that?
Yeah, so you don't have to
you.
get to a handset, and all 4 handsets tell you who's calling audibly as well as right there on the screen. One thing I wanted to point out: the free shipping goes away tonight at midnight. So if that helps you, free shipping. I always love free shipping too.
Just call me, see if you want to grab dinner. Call me back. Bye.
Tell her yes.
Yes, that sounds good. We have to make sure she's paying. But I love the fact that you can screen your calls from every single handset too. That makes it great.
It's true. So all of that being said, the one payment is all it takes, $20. Here's a Panasonic 4 phone system being delivered. 3 cordless, 1 corded. And then there's that battery backup.
Battery
That's
backup.
Important.
That's so important. I'm glad you mentioned that. So one of the great things that we love about having a corded and cordless system is the fact that if the power goes out during blackouts, brownouts, you're actually going to have access to placing and receiving phone calls with this set of home phones. A lot of us don't realize it, but if you only have cordless phones in your home with your landline, you can't do that. You can't place or receive calls if the power goes out. So think about blackouts, brownouts. Think about those times of the year where inclement weather happens and we need to keep in touch with the people that we love the most. With this set of home phones, all you do is you pop in 2 AAA batteries right in the base station, and your entire phone system is going to work even when this is unplug. So we love that feature as well. And then this isn't just like limited features working with it when it's unplugged. Look at what's working, Callie. All the screens are still illuminating. We're still hearing that talking caller ID. Everything is still working on this set of home phones, and it's unplugged from power. So that's pretty amazing. Let's do the speaker.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hey,
Hey, is that you?
it is me.
Thank you for the call. Callie and I said we are absolutely having dinner with you.
And
I'm hungry.
but she wants to make sure you're going to pay.
Are you buying?
Okay.
Oh, we
Okay.
can split it, girl. We'll split it. We love you. Thank you
Thanks,
for
Annie.
calling.
You're welcome.
Bye.
You know, this is a system that is, if you read reviews on hsn.com, which I always do,
Big
it matters what other people think of a purchase that they've made.
Sure.
Huge customer pick. Like, there's so many reviews on this phone.
So many.
And it's almost a perfect 5-star rated product. So just pointing that out, if you want to pop this into your basket on hsn.com. Don't forget, all the free shipping and electronics in that world goes away tonight at midnight. This has been our big President's Day weekend sale, and it's just been so exciting. This particular phone system, we're ready to pass 15,000 sold. And that's been in a couple of airings over the last maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
It's just, everybody loves this system. And I understand why.
I love it too. You have a built-in phone book with 100 names and numbers so that you can remember those, so they will come up when you're on demand calling. I love the fact that you have a built-in baby monitor. Is that crazy?
Yes, this is great.
So you want to check it out. So we're going to do the baby monitor feature right here. I'm just going to turn it on right here. So with this baby monitor, you're actually using sound detection. This is telling me, I just accessed the feature. It says place this in the base station to start that baby monitor. So I'm going to put this down in the room I want to listen into. So for me, it might be my baby son Landon's room. As soon as sound is detected in that room, look what's happening. This is the phone that's monitoring. It's calling me on one of the other designated handsets, or it could be calling me on my cell phone. You can designate the number that you want to be able to listen in on. So now I'm listening in, maybe into my son's room, or maybe for you, it's your teenagers when they get in from school and you're still at work. You want to make sure they don't turn the TV on. You're going to be able to listen in and see what's happening in that room with sound detection. And I love this because my little baby boy, he starts to wake up really early. Sometimes it's 5:30, 6 a.m. and he's just talking a little bit, just a little. He's not ready to get out of bed yet. He's just kind of slowly waking up. So I can sit and listen to him talk a little bit. We can both snooze just a little bit. You can put this on speaker if you want to listen that way. And then once he starts making a little bit more noise, I know it's time to go and get him out of bed. But I love this feature for grandma and grandpa. If you don't want to maybe buy a really pricey baby monitor for them, this is going to be an awesome system.
Just a good baby monitor is about $100.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe even
you
more.
can spend a lot of money on a good baby monitor.
So that system is great. I like the whole intercom concept. I love the talking caller ID. Lots of features here on the base station too, which is a digital answering system. But how many numbers does it store?
It stores 100 names and numbers.
100
You've got
names
that
and
nice
numbers.
big phone book. And
Great.
I love that you're mentioning the digital answering machine. I almost forgot that. 17 minutes of record time here. So if you're paying your service provider right now $5 or $6 or $7 a month for the privilege of answering your calls, get this phone system home. It's going to save you a fortune. You can put that money back in your pocket. Now you have access to your phone numbers from anywhere, or access, I should say, to your messages from anywhere. I love this system because when you get a message, it will call you and play it. If you set up your cell phone or your work phone, it'll call you on a number you designate and play back your message for you. So if you're the type of person that you're at work and you're calling your home phone all day to see if someone left a message, you're checking.
Oh, that's a nice
This will follow
feature.
you. Keeps you connected to your home phone.
That's a great feature, especially if you travel and you want to be, kind of be checking in on home and just make sure everything's cool. This is very exciting to see that this product is moving so quickly. Again, best-selling phone system of all of 2015. Moving into 2016, it is on fire to the tune of over 15,000 systems ordered. It is really, I mean, the most comprehensive. More handsets than any other. Call block is my absolute favorite feature, and I think you'll agree. We haven't talked about DECT 6, because it's the latest and greatest technology in terms of clarity as well.
It truly is. DECT 6 technology, it is the latest, it is the greatest. You can wander away from the base station with any of these handsets, well, except for the one that's attached. But you can be from 160 feet all the way up to 1,000 feet away, depending on the layout of your home.
Long distance.
That's a long distance. So if you have a set of phones right now that snaps and crackles on the line when you take one step too far away from the base, or your kids are saying, Mom, we've got to replace those phones. Maybe you have the old antenna that's poking you in the head. This is going to be a great upgrade for you. Also, fresh batteries. Some of the longest battery life we've ever offered. 13 hours of nonstop talk time here and 12 days of standby. So our households are busy. We don't always get those phones right back on the base stations. Heaven knows at my house. They're kind of scattered all over the whole place. If you go to reach for this phone and maybe it's stuck in the couch cushions, you could reach for it nearly 2 weeks later. It'll still have a charge on it.
That's big.
It's big.
That's a really, really great feature.
Big.
It's interesting how, you know, these days, how many people somehow get your phone number. I had a call today on my cell phone. I didn't recognize the number, so I assumed it was going to be one of those like, we heard your car is, you know, you want new, I don't know what it was. I expected it to be a telemarketer, so I picked up the phone like this. I always try to sound really like an embattled. Hello.
Yes, what?
And it was our planner for my show, my electronic show. I'm like, oh, hi, Amy. Good to see you. But I just assumed it was going to be one of those, I wanted to call block you.
Right. You want to be a little gruff.
Speaking of call block, we talk about this, and I think it's important to understand. You can call block them. They cannot call you back unless you change your mind.
That's exactly it.
So if you get back together with the ex-boyfriend or whatever, you can change your mind, just so you know.
We're human beings.
Exactly.
We change our minds. We mend fences. It's what we do. But you have 250 names and numbers that you're going to be able to block with this set of phones with that dedicated button right here. So we love that. Again, not digging through a menu, not trying to access that feature. If someone calls you, you do need to subscribe to caller ID service for this to work. But if someone calls you and you see that number pop up right there and you don't want to take that call, push call block. It's going to add it to your list of 250 names and numbers, and you never, ever, 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 ever have to talk to that person ever again. Or if you end up on a call and you answer it and they're like, oh, hey, do you have time for a quick 30-minute survey? You can block them. So work is calling. I'm in the middle of a TV show. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push the button right there. It says block call. I'm going to touch the yes button right there, and look, it's now registered to my blocked call list.
You know who
I'm going to have to unblock that one.
Yeah, I think you will, because we kind of need to take those calls.
Exactly.
But, you know, I think about if my mom were still here, how many people would have tried to take advantage of my mom?
True.
She was only 70 when I lost her. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, as our parents age, as our grandparents age, and we worry about those kinds of things, because sometimes it's hard to say no. Sometimes it's hard to not know it's a scam. Like, as you're older, you're like, you know, I guess we tend to trust people too much or something, especially with the weird things that are going on in this world.
Nice, and we want to be polite, and sometimes they're really intruding on our time. I had my baby in my arms when I got a call to do a quick 30-minute survey. I said, first of all, that's not quick. And second of all, I don't have this kind of time. I have a family. That's how many of us feel, probably most of us. So that call block button really comes in handy. But to your point, Callie, there are people out there that will try to take advantage. We had a really lovely lady in her 70s call into the show a few weeks ago, and she said she had someone call her and tell her, hey, your internet service is not working properly. We're going to need $300 to fix it. Luckily, she was a very smart individual, and she said she had the presence of mind to say, I don't have internet service. So she knew they were trying to scam her. Not cool. And you know, not cool.
Oh, very not cool.
Not cool.
So many times, I remember when I was going through a refinance on the house, and I was getting all these other phone calls because people, you know, I guess they could see that that's what I was in the midst of doing.
Sure.
And you know, you really want to stand your ground and be like, no, I'm all set. I got that covered. I've already worked it out. And they just push and they push to the point where you're like, I'm a strong woman. So I'm good about saying I'm not it. But if it were my mother, I would be, I'm sure would be like, okay, well, okay, I'll listen. You know what I'm saying? I just love that call block feature for the obvious reasons of just not being put in that position. Your time is so precious, and I don't want anybody preying on somebody that might be vulnerable. So that in and of itself is a feature that I love.
It's a big feature.
And I love the 4 phones that you get in this system. So you've got a phone access, you know, in most parts of where you live.
Exactly. All throughout your entire home, you only need the 1 phone jack, so that's going to apply to your base station. This can be wall hung, so if you want to hang it up, you can certainly do it that way. But you plug in your phone jack into this 1 phone, and then you have 1, 2, 3 satellite phones that can go anywhere. So you could put one in the man cave, you could put one in the attic, you could have one in the powder room if you want to be really schwanky. You can put it wherever you want a home phone. And we love that, especially if you do have older family members. You want one within hand's reach. You don't want them running for a phone call. And with that talking caller ID feature, I love the big screens on this. I think they're so nice. They're super easy to see. Backlit keys, everything is glowing. But because this will announce to you when you subscribe to caller ID exactly who's calling, you don't feel that urgency to run for a call any longer. And just backtracking a little bit to that DECT 6 technology, this basically has a built-in range extender. We used to sell range extenders for $40, $50 here. This basically has one built right in, so the range is that good.
So if you want to read reviews on hsn.com, you'll be impressed.
They're almost
you will.
all perfect.
Yeah, they are. And well deserved. So again, 439-439. Easy item number to remember. 439-439. $20 to get the whole thing delivered and free shipping.
Awesome.
And that goes away tonight at midnight.